I think the moon's activities kind of kept me awake. I had a lot of ideas and thoughts going through my head. I did some amazing things yesterday. I visited a biodynamic farm out at Byfield. But essentially it's biodynamic.
An organic farming method developed by a guy called Rudolf Steiner. He's the same guy who developed. How he got this information is he just used to channel things, Mr. Meditate, all these preparations out of different organic matter, so things like cow manure out of herbs like chamomile, stinging nettle, oak bark, yarrow, and then putting these herbs or plants into certain animal organs, like stags' bladders, cow horns, sheep skulls, all this crazy sort of stuff. And then making one of them was cow manure in a cow horn and buried over the winter time, and then leave it until it changed, and it was usually around about spring. Pull it up, and that green cow manure is turned into this really black, sweet-smelling humus material, like a compost, really rich compost. And then you stirred that in water and put it out in the afternoon on your soil, and that's supposed to stimulate your soil. So that was one, and then that was for the earth. He made another one out of quartz silica, which was just ground up quartz, put that in a cow horn and buried it at the opposite time of the year, and that was for the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So instead of spraying it on the ground, you spray it up into the atmosphere as a mist.
So is that like a lot of elemental and alchemy more so? Like,
yeah.
That's really interesting. And you find that it works?
Yeah. Well, I thought at the time, like I just got into it because I was into microbes, and I was just starting to understand about fungi and that sort of stuff, how important fungi was for the soil, because I was lucky enough to buy this place and it was pretty virgin. You can see around that now that the bees and that really like it because it's got a lot of pollen. It's always got flowers on it, so it's always got a source of nectar and pollen. One of the guys, the old guys that taught me a fair bit, said that it's actually good for the soil also. He said it seems to put something into the soil that the worms and that like, so yeah. The only thing wrong with it is it puts prickles in your socks or your pants, so, and I'm actually going to try and make some microgreens out of it this year.
Yeah?
Yeah, see how that
That's
goes,
cool.
yeah. But you can see all the wasps coming into that.
Yeah.
Now. So they're just after nectar and pollen.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And again, this looks really messy, but there's a reason for that. Like all these good insects, 97% of insects are either good or neutral. So there's only 3% of insects that are bad.
That's cool to know.
Yeah. Not many people actually tell you that because there's no money in telling farmers that 97% of insects are good, and you've got to try and look after them by not spraying. So, like seed off this year.
Yeah.
Just as this is a really quick green manure crop, but we're going to try and collect a bit just to see if we can eat it instead of oats.
Yeah. Cool. That's
it's
really
better
cool.
for you than oats, apparently.
Great, pretty easy.
Yeah. Really well, so you can make the best quick green manure crop around here is actually millet and cowpea. Grow really quick.
So what would be your approach to a practical farmer now that is saying the path that you've gone down? What would be your best idea on introducing it to someone who only sees the practical side? Yeah,
well, I would just get them to start really making really good compost, like I did at High Valley Dawn. I sort of didn't, like with Craig, like he wasn't really open to that sort of stuff, so I just started making really good compost, and then just all right. I knew that we'd get really good results out of that. That's something. And with conventional farmers, it's the same way. They can see compost work, and then slowly you go. Now we might start doing some 500, or all right, let's do a little bit of experimenting with this, and then slowly, do it slowly. And then I think also they've got to discover things themselves, like just get them on that path, and then all right, they go, maybe they connect with someone, whether it's me or someone else that's doing it, and they slowly start doing it.
Yeah.
Because you know, like I say, it's like you've been brainwashed for 30 or 40 or 50 years or whatever, generations. You know, most farmers now, generations, 3 generations, they've been brainwashed. So it's going to take a lot to swing that around. Yeah.
Definitely.
And you know, the easiest one is actually teach to someone who actually hasn't farmed at all. Who's got doesn't know anything about NPK or chemicals.
Yeah. My birthday last year, I actually completely changed my body type and welcomed a plant-based diet. And the commitment I had with that lifestyle was so fulfilling. I found a passion in facing some of the hardest times, which was a 40-minute gym session, and also the times in my head of breaking. You know, I had to beat the person who was telling me you can't, you're not worth it, you're not good enough, you don't deserve good. I had to break that down in a 40-minute gym session 12 times a week. Fucking does prior to completing my personal training, so I started that. And then, you know, like at the forefront, everything looked groovy, but the drinks started coming back into my life, and the drugs started coming back into my life, and skipping sessions were starting to come into my life. I actually had a night on some party drugs, should I say, that left me up all night and pretty, as we refer to it, cooked. And I stood up and I collapsed straight away. And that feeling of losing your sense of self and waking up on the floor, you know, so I had it done before, and you think you learn from that, you know, but you go back and God, it has led me on a journey of a fucking lifetime. Like, I can't even begin to fathom how much I've learnt, healed. I've eaten some of the best food, sat around some of the best fires, heard some of the best jams in my life this year. I've planted, I think, over 20 gardens, probably over 1,000 edible plants, probably 100 non-edible plants, and some trees and eucalypts. I have had the most rewarding 24th year of my life, going into my 25th. So it's the day before my 25th birthday, and I just rocked up at the Airbnb that my good friend Whitney booked me, which she is unable to attend, but I'm going to show you guys around. So this is the cool pool area, and I got a hammock over there. I got myself a beer, but as you guys know, I don't drink, so treated myself to one of those bad boys, which isn't too bad. And then I guess it's a bit more sterile to my usual environments, but it's the setup, and this is the bedroom. So oh, thank you so much, Whit. I appreciate everything. I'm going to kick back and relax by the pool with some tunes. I love you. I just want to show you guys what I've got the mattress on, because everyone spends 2-3 months converting their whole van, and I get it. It's all about comfort, aesthetics, but you know, like, I'm simple, I'm easy. I got a couple of milk crates, my swag. I thought it was sitting on the spare tire I just had under here, but no. And a bit of ply. And like, I'm not gonna joke, that's pretty fucking sturdy if you ask me. And I just took out the extra support. Oh well, back to laying down this carpet, and then we'll see what else we can do with the place. I got this groovy carpet from a lady in Rocky for 20 bucks. So that's gonna be my new floorboard. Oh my gosh, you can't even tell right now, but Ray's done an awesome job. As you can see, we got some carpet. I still got a few things to tidy up. Gotta put some drawers on. But look what's in there! And the inverter, and my solar, and the bed, and happy Misty.
Just be good to your kids.
Be good to your mum.
I just pulled up a cattle train. These back ones are empty, but those first probably 20 were full. I don't even know what the temperature is right now, but fucking bullshit. Honestly, man, like, why do we keep eating animals? I don't get it. I know I did once upon a time, but that's because I got brought up with parents who thought they knew what they were doing because that's what they got taught to do by their parents, and vice versa. Well, it ends with me, motherfucker.